Yarigat Kivano Kujvaj. Welcome to the show. Somebody out there is probably saying the freak show or something, something along those lines. I think I did. I just looked at yesterday's video. Hmm. I just looked at yesterday's video, and I had more thumbs up than thumbs down. So maybe I've turned a maybe I've turned a corner. I don't I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. But if I cared about the thumbs down, if I cared about the thumbs down, then I would have stopped doing these videos a long time ago. But anyway, it's all good, as the saying goes. And I'm grateful that I've never really cared too much about. I've never, and I use this with this with caution, but I've never really cared too much about what others think about me. And that's one of the fundamental fears that people have is fear of criticism. Fear of what other people are going to think about you, fear of what other people are going to say about you. And it's that fear of what others think or will say that stops people short of doing so much and accomplishing so much in their life that you know that but anyway, I'm trying to finish that thought. I can't I can't finish that thought. But yesterday there was an individual. There was an individual who was just throwing some not so nice comments in the feed below, and I can take all types of criticism, but when somebody starts to to be mean, when somebody starts to be mean, I have zero tolerance. I have zero tolerance for something like that. When I see, like I get an alert every time somebody puts a comment on one of my videos, and having thousands of videos, I probably get several notifications a day of comments, and there is no shortage of unhappy, mean people in the world, unfortunately. And when I see a comment on one of my videos that's along those lines, I just remove it. I just remove it. And sometimes, depending on the comment, in YouTube, you have the ability to just outright block people. You have the ability to outright block people from leaving comments on your videos, and it's not often that I do that, but there are times when when I will block somebody. It takes quite a bit. It takes quite a bit for me to block somebody from commenting on my videos. According to Skip Smith, according to Skip Smith, and this isn't the two part of wisdom of the video, mind you, but according to Skip Smith, I guess YouTube is going to do away with comments, and I've yet to see that, and I'm not quite sure what the reasoning would be behind not allowing people to put comments on videos. But time will tell if that is in fact the case. But yesterday the comments that I was referring to, they came from an individual that I thought, and somebody that had told me that had unsubscribed and unsubscribed or wouldn't watch the videos anymore. And I see that now and then. The Russian woman down in New Zealand, she 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 had told me she doesn't watch the videos, only for her to every now and then come out of the woodwork, as the saying goes, and leave a comment just kind of out of the blue. But anyway, I was thinking yesterday about one of my favorite quotes. favorite quotes, and it comes from it's a quote from one of my more favorite or one of my favorite, I should say, more favorite, one of my favorite individuals from history, and that would be Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin. What an interesting man Benjamin Franklin was. If you've never read up on the history of Benjamin Franklin, he was quite a he was quite a guy. If I'm not mistaken, Benjamin Franklin invented among many other things, invented the modern day newspaper. I could be mistaken about that, but as I understood it, he was quite the entrepreneur. He traveled up and down the colonies, and he was setting people up with newspapers, businesses, and then just taking a cut from them, if I'm not mistaken. But one of the things that Benjamin Franklin said that has stuck with me over the years was the quote, and I hope I get this right. Ben Franklin said, "I will speak ill of no man, but all the good of men." Something along those lines. "I will speak ill of no man, but speak all the good of all men." Something along those lines, meaning that he would, as he went through life, he didn't talk bad about people. He would only talk about the good qualities in people. He wouldn't go around he wouldn't go around trashing people. In other words, he wouldn't go around trashing people. And I can't say that I'm perfect in the sense that I've never trashed people, because I have. But for the most part, I try to go through my life not speaking ill of men, so to speak. Hmm. But I was thinking of I was thinking when I as I was thinking of Ben Franklin, it made me think of a question from the Book of Questions, and it's a question that I would throw out there to you folks watching this. And the question basically is, if you could sit down this evening for a dinner, just yourself and one other individual, and that individual was somebody from history, somebody that's passed, somebody that's deceased. If you could sit down and have dinner tonight with any one person from history, who would it be? Who would you sit down and have across the table from you for a dinner? And boy, given that opportunity, of course, over the years, as I've asked that question to people, many people will be quick to say, a lost loved one. Like in my case, to be able to sit down tonight and have dinner with my dad one more time. That would be that of course would be the ultimate. But historically speaking, to sit down and have dinner with somebody from history, for me, it's an obvious answer. I mean, there's been no other individual that has had such a significant impact on humanity than Jesus. Jesus is somebody saying, "Oh, here he goes again with his Bible talk." but uh, but Jesus is without question the one single person who's walked this earth, who has had a bigger impact on this world than any other single person that's ever walked this earth. So to sit down and have the opportunity to break bread with with Jesus, so to speak, that would be an interesting conversation for sure. But boy, some of the other people that you'd want to sit and have dinner with, Benjamin Franklin, he'd be interesting guy to sit and have a meal with, or hmm, somebody like Ronald Reagan, to sit down and have dinner with the Gipper. That would be interesting. I'd be curious to know, those of you out there that watch this, who would you have dinner with if you could choose to do so. But anyway, that's about it. That's about all that's on my mind today. My there's been a change of plans. It's kind of interesting. You just kind of let life unfold itself, and you don't worry too much about the plans. Oftentimes, the plans will take care of themselves. And I've been struggling with this whole camper situation, as to go and get the camper, and how to take the trip, and when will the truck arrive? Will the truck arrive before my friend arrives, or my friend, arrive after, before the truck, and all this type of stuff. And no sooner had I called my client over in Omaha yesterday. I told him that what I was planning to do was to drive from Florida to Ohio, grab my camper, drive my camper with my Buick over to Omaha, leave my camper there, and then drive my Buick back to Florida, only to fly back to Omaha when my truck arrives and start my trip. And I called him to ask if there was a spot I could leave the camper for a few weeks. And he, being the wonderful guy that he is, he said, we'll figure something out. But this coming from a guy that has 200 muscle cars, collectible cars. He's got a car museum. We'll figure something out. But anyway, no sooner had I called and asked him that, than he calls me back to tell me that my truck was delivered. He got a phone call. He got a phone call that some parts that he had ordered. He's got a big factory, so he's always ordering parts from this dealership. But he no sooner had we hung up than he got a phone call that his parts were ready, and oh yeah, that truck that you ordered came in. So my truck is sitting up in Omaha as I speak, and so that kind of changes the plans. And as I started to think about it, and as I started to think about it and revise my scheduling, it couldn't have worked out for the better. I caught a cheap flight out of Fort Myers, or I'll catch a cheap flight out of Fort Myers tomorrow for about, I think the ticket was about $100. So I'll catch a flight up to Omaha tomorrow, and pick up my truck. Pick up my truck, my pickup truck, and so I'll get my truck, and then I'm going to make a beeline for Ohio. I'm going to make a beeline for Ohio. It's about a 12-hour drive over to Ohio, and I'm going to, it's probably the thing. Going back to Ohio, it's always nice. It's always nice going back to Ohio. But I'm going to, seeing my mom is probably at the top of the list of things that I'm looking forward to in Cleveland. Having the opportunity to see my mom will probably be right at the top. But anyway, so I'm going to grab the camper, and the camper is, those of you that have been following me, it's in a warehouse in a city called Youngstown, about an hour and a half south of Cleveland. But what I'll do is I'll hitch up my camper on Sunday afternoon, and probably have lunch with my client Ronnie, who's the most adorable guy. Ron Redlick. Redlich, Redlich, Ron Redlich with Redlich Transmission. He is just one of the most nicest guys that you'd ever want to meet in your life. But anyway, so I'll probably pick up my camper from Ronnie's warehouse on Sunday and head south. And I'm going to bring the camper back down here to Fort Myers. I'm going to bring the camper back down to Florida. And as I started thinking about that plan, it's absolutely ideal because once my lovely lady friend arrives on the 15th, we'll be able to spend as much or as little time here as we so choose, just kind of acclimating to each other and coming up with a plan on traveling. But by having the camper here and the truck, I'm going to be able to mosey. We're going to be able to mosey our way up through Florida into the Florida Panhandle and show her some of the beautiful beaches along the Florida Panhandle. Maybe the first day we'll make it the better part of the way all the way up to the Florida Panhandle, and then find a nice camp spot somewhere along the beach, and then we'll mosey our way on over to New Orleans, New Orleans, and maybe stop in Mobile. Is it Mobile? Mobile? No, not Mobile. I think it's Mobile. Mobile, Alabama, or Mobile, something like that. But go through Alabama and go through New Orleans, the Big Easy. Walk down the French Quarter, with her, and then take her to see Joel Osteen in Houston. That would be. I've always wanted to see Joel. I've always wanted to go to a Sunday service with Joel Osteen, and maybe I can talk my lovely lady friend into into going to see Joel, and then from there it's up through the heart of Texas, up through Dallas, and then into over into New Mexico, New Mexico and Arizona, the Grand Canyon, and who knows? From there it's a real toss up because from that part of the country you can opt to go north into Wyoming or Utah and Utah, Colorado, etc. Or alternatively, we could go south out of Phoenix down into Tucson and head from Tucson over to San Diego, and then find our way up the this is all Lord willing, mind you. This is all Lord willing, but then then find our way up the Pacific Coast Highway, parking the camper right along Highway 1 and falling asleep listening to the surf is something that would be nice. But anyway, we will time will tell how it all plays out. Got the better part of about 3 months to 3 months to do it. I was teasing my lovely lady friend yesterday, telling her that she'll have to help me do the driving of the big truck. And they don't have a lot of these big trucks over in Europe. You don't walk down the streets of towns and cities in Hungary and see big big pickup trucks rolling around. But anyway, so let's hope for the best. Let's hope that it's a safe and memorable trip. But let's do our Alexa, what's the question of the day?
Good morning. Here is today's question of the day. The topic is geography. It is worth 7 points. The largest tropical rainforest is in Brazil. Where is the second largest? You can choose from A, Democratic Republic of Congo, B, Venezuela, C, India, or D, Borneo.
What is India?
Nice try, but that's not correct. The correct answer was A, Democratic Republic of Congo. The Congo Basin in Central Africa is the
Oh, well.
second largest tropical rainforest.
You win some, you lose some. Today's high hope is smile your eyes. A simple smile has immense power. It transforms your aura, it warms a room, it can even change a life. Smiling your eyes drives tension from your face and invites a mirrored response. And William Shakespeare said, "A smile recurses the wounding of a frown." So there you have it. Anyway, on with the day, and everybody have a great day. All right, take good care.